Most of the time when an athlete or coach leaves town, their involvement in the community basically ends. But that is not the case with former Celtics coach Doc Rivers, who remains incredibly committed to ABCD Boston and his pet project, Hoop Dreams, at TD Garden. ABCD will induct Doc into its Hall of Fame at its annual Community Heroes celebration in October. It's an honor well-deserved in a city that still has a ton of respect for what he accomplished here.
When you win a title as a coach, and as a player, but I would say as a coach in a city, it's like you've had a blood transfusion with that city, you know. And no matter where you go, that you still have that blood, and they have your blood, and same thing with the players too, and with your team especially. I'm amazed how often I talk to Rondo and Kevin and Paul and all those guys. You know, they call you for questions. It's just really interesting how that works out.
Has it been a little more fun this year? Because it has been 10 years. You look back, you probably pinch yourself and say, how did 10 years go by?
Yeah, I'm amazed. Listen, honestly, when we won the one, I thought we would win the second one and the third one, and I thought I'd be sitting here with 4 rings on my fingers. And what you understand and appreciate, it's hard to win. It's hard winning a title. And you can be the best team, you need health and luck, and just a lot of things have to go right. That's why people cherish it so much. And to think that it's been 10 years to me is incredible, because it doesn't feel like it's been 10 years.
You're on October 26th, going to be enshrined in the Community Heroes Hall of Fame, which is a testament to everything you've done for this organization over the years. When you look back at so many of the other people who've been enshrined ahead of you, and the fact that you're going to be honored in that way at the end of October, what goes through your mind?
Well, am I worthy? You know, I mean, there's some pretty cool people, and listen, I do a lot of work, you know, but there's so many people that do so much more work than me. I mean, that they have boots on the ground every single day. And I really kind of accept award for them and for ABCD as a total group, because I lend my name, you know, Bob Elias and Bob Ryan, and I came up with the Hoop Dreams thought, but they do all the work. And the fact that they want to put me in the Hall of Fame is really cool for me. And I hope it just can bring more attention to the organization. That's why I accept it, to be honest, because if it can help, then I'm all good.
You are active in the community, you're active with charities, but I think even in the last 5-10 years, maybe even more in the last 2-3 years, we've seen an explosion of social activism.
Yeah, we have to.
You went through probably the most tumultuous ownership change maybe in the history of sports.
Yeah.
What did that teach you then? And was that almost a springboard to where you've seen guys like yourself and athletes today really being more active in terms of taking a social stance?
Well, I grew up in Chicago in the 60s.
All right.
You know, so it's like I've been involved in this for a long time. My parents have been involved in this for a long time. I love what LeBron James is doing. I love what a lot of the athletes are doing. Kyrie is more involved in things than people think. And this is what we should do, because we have a platform. We don't have to. Like, I've never subscribed that just because you're an athlete or a coach, you have to. But I love that if you want to, you can. And I love what all these guys are starting to do. They're starting to step up and speak. I think the climate, the political climate right now, it needs rational thinking, and it needs people to get involved, you know. And I think the biggest thing is we got to get out and vote. You know, I don't care. I do care what side you're on, but I'm not going to say that. I want everyone to go out and vote. You know, this last election, presidential election, proved that if you don't get out and vote, things can happen. And so I just want to get our young people involved in voting, you know, more. What
do you see when you think about this Celtic team as it stands now?
I love it. Mike Zarin and Danny Ainge and Brad. You know, it's funny. Like, I always start there. Everyone else starts with the players. I start with those three. What they've been able to do in such a short time, and amass the amount of talent that they've been able to amass, has been absolutely remarkable. I mean, when you can have 2 players out, like they did last year, and still make it to the Eastern Conference Finals, and still be as talented as the team you're playing with your 2 best players out, tells you how much talent they have. But now, you know, this year's a big year, you know, and it's hard. Like, you know, just because you have all that talent, everything has to go well and right, and you have to be healthy. So they're going to be tough to beat this year, but they need all the other stuff to happen too.
One of the most enjoyable conversations I've ever had with an athlete or a coach. Enlightening, refreshing, and it is clear that Doc has a lot of love for you, the Celtic fan, and the city of Boston.